my channel. So in the today's lecture we are going to discuss binary semaphore. Okay, in the last video we discussed the log variable. So binary semaphore is almost similar to log variable. Why we are studying all this process synchronization method? Because we want to execute multiple user requests parallelly. Okay, we want to execute multiple user requests parallelly. And if multiple users want to access the same file or the same variable, let's suppose we have one server, and if multiple users try to access the same shared variable or the shared file, okay, and we execute all the user requests parallelly. We execute multiple user requests parallelly, okay, and they are working on the same variable. Okay, so we have to make coordination between multiple user requests because they are working on the same variable. Okay, they want to manipulate this variable. They want to do some kind of modification on this variable. We should limit the access of this variable. Okay, we cannot allow multiple user requests to access this variable in their own way. We have to put restrictions on multiple user requests if they are accessing the same shared variable, so that you can maintain the consistency of the shared variable. Okay, in the process synchronization, we discussed example of subscribers. If you allow multiple user requests to manipulate this variable in their own way, then the final output of this variable is going to be wrong. That final output is going to be inconsistent. Okay, so to maintain the coordination among the multiple user requests, we are using the process synchronization method. And binary semaphore is one of the process synchronization method. Okay, what we want, if some variable is shared, okay, we call that shared variable as a critical section. Okay, so only one user is going to access this shared variable at a time. Okay, and let's suppose we have two variables. One user want to access this variable and the second user want to access this variable too. Then we don't have any problem. You run multiple user requests the way you want. Then we really don't have any problem. Problem arises when multiple user requests try to manipulate the same variable. Okay, so if we want to make the process synchronization, what conditions your algorithm should follow? The first condition is mutual exclusion. Okay, mutual exclusion. Mutual exclusion means at a one particular point of time, only one user is going to access this shared variable. Okay, if multiple users want to access a different variable, then we don't have any problem. We are executing multiple user requests parallelly. If they are accessing the different variable, we don't have any problem. They can execute the way they want it. But if they are accessing the same variable, we have to let only one user to access this variable at a time. Okay, and when that user has performed all of the manipulations on this variable, then another user is going to take access of this same variable. Okay, so whatever algorithm you are going to design, first condition is mutual exclusion. Okay, the second necessary condition is progress. Okay, the second necessary condition is progress. Progress means each and every user request should run independently. There should not be any dependency among multiple user requests. Each and every user request is given freedom to execute in their own way. Okay, so that is actually the progress. Okay, we have to avoid the dependency of one user request on another user request. Okay, so how binary semaphores work? Before watching this video, watch my last video of log variable. I will mention the link of log variable in the description box. Okay, there is little bit difference between log variable and the binary semaphores. Okay, what is the meaning of binary semaphore? Let's suppose semaphore is nothing but a variable. It is a gateway, okay, which is going to limit the access of this shared variable to only one request. Okay, it is actually your entry section. This is a gateway. Each and every process, when trying to access the shared variable, firstly has to cross this gateway. Okay, so it is your entry section. You have imposed some of the conditions on the entry section. If your request is fulfilling the condition of your entry section, only then it can access the shared variable or the shared file. Okay, we live in the world of internet. At a one particular point of time, lot of people try to access the same files. Okay, so that's why this semaphore is actually your gateway. Okay, what is the meaning of semaphore variable value 1? Value 1 means only one user request can enter into the critical section. Okay, this variable which multiple user requests want to access, this is actually your shared variable. Okay, shared means multiple user requests are accessing it. Okay, so this shared variable is actually your critical section. Okay, this variable is actually shared. Multiple user requests want to access it. Okay, and this semaphore is also a variable. Okay, it is also a shared variable. We are using this variable at the entry section. Multiple user requests also going to access this variable. Okay, so semaphore value 1 means only one request is going to access this variable. Okay, how you will be writing your code? Wait as, okay, we have a critical section in which we have a variable 1. This semaphore variable and this variable 1, both are the different variables. Okay, you are using this variable as your gateway. Okay, and we have a next signal. What is the meaning of wait as? Wait as means you are going to check the value of this semaphore variable. Okay, if let's suppose your process 1 is coming. Okay, firstly that process 1 is going to wait. Okay, it is going to wait operation. What is the meaning of wait operation? Wait operation means you are going to check this semaphore variable value. Okay, so it is a 1. Value 1 means your one process can enter into the critical section. Okay, so what wait signal is going to do? Wait signal is going to make it now 0. Okay, now your process P1 can enter into the critical section. Okay, now let's suppose you got printed. Okay, we are running multiple user requests or we are running multiple processes parallelly. So anytime we can print from one process to another process. Okay, so let's suppose we got printed to process P2. Okay, now this process P2 also run this wait operation. It is going to check this variable value. Okay, it will see that the value of this semaphore variable is 0. Okay, it said it is 0, so it is going to stuck into the loop. Okay, your process P2 is going to stuck into the loop. If the value of semaphore variable is 1, then it is going to make it 0. Okay, now it is already 0. 0 means now no process or no user request can enter into the critical section. So it is going to stuck into the loop here. Okay, so what happens? Now again you are getting back to process P1. Now again you are printing to process P1. It is going to execute the signal. Okay, what is the meaning of signal operation? Signal operation means it is going to make here 1. It is going to convert the value from 0 to 1. What does it mean? It means that your process P1 has done all of the manipulations, all of the modifications on this variable 1. Okay, and now its work is over. Now it wants other user requests to perform manipulation on this variable 1. Okay, so it is going to make the value 1, and now when we print to process P2 again, okay, it is again going to check the value of this variable, this semaphore variable, and now what is the value? 1. Okay, so it is going to make it 0 and it is going to enter into the critical section. It is going to perform all of the operations it wanted to do on this variable 1. Okay, so this is how binary semaphore works. And you can see that in this example, we are able to hold the property of mutual exclusion. Okay, at a one particular point of time, only one user request is entering in this critical section. No two processes can enter into the critical section. At a one particular point of time, only one user request is going to enter into the critical section. Okay, and second property, if you look at progress property also hold in binary semaphore. Okay, progress means all of your processes, all of your user requests are independent. They can enter into the critical section in their own way whenever they want. We are not forcing any process to enter into the critical section. There is no dependency of one user request over another user request. So both of the condition of the process synchronization is fulfilled in case of binary semaphore. Okay, both are the different we are using as a gateway. It is going to control that how many number of user requests can enter into the critical section. Okay, and this variable 1, this critical section is your original file or original, variable which your processes want to access. We are just taking help of this semaphore variable to make coordination among many user requests. Okay, and how this binary semaphore is different from log variable. Okay, if you have watched my last video, if we have a log variable 0, okay, if we have log variable 0, that means your process can enter into the critical section. Log 0 means there is no log and your process can enter into the critical section. If we have log variable value 1, that means now you cannot enter into the critical section because you have applied log. Okay, but what happened in binary semaphore? It is opposite. If your semaphore variable value is equal to 1 means that you are defining that how many number of processes can enter into the critical section. 1 means semaphore variable value 1 means only one process can enter into the critical section. And semaphore value 0 means no process can enter into the critical section. Okay. And what we try to do in binary semaphore, as your one process has entered into the critical section. Okay. As your one process has entered into the critical section. So you will not allow any other process to enter into the critical section at that point of time. So what happens? All of the other processes or all of the user requests are going to stuck in the looping at this wait operation. Okay, they all are going to stuck here. Okay. So if they are continuously waiting for semaphore variable value to become 1, okay, they are continuously executing the instruction. They are continuously looking for the semaphore variable again and again. So they are stuck in looping again and again. They are executing the same instruction. So our CPU time is wasted. Okay. So what we try to do, all of the other processes we add in a one queue. Okay. All of the waiting processes are added in a one waiting queue. Okay. We add all of the other processes in a waiting queue. Okay. And they are put in the sleeping mode. We have put all of them in a sleeping mode. Whenever semaphore variable value become 1, that means one process can enter into the critical section. Okay. So what we will do? We will be invoking all of the processes sleeping in the waiting queue. Okay, we will invoke all of these processes. Okay, we will wake up all these processes. With the help of it, you are avoiding the wastage of your CPU time. Okay, so I hope that you are clear with binary semaphore. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe my channel.